And then when the whole year is over, you have annual compilation like VisionIAS brings you PT 365. So newspaper is an inexcusable current affairs preparation source. I would suggest at least 1 year before prelims, should be your starting point. If you're starting your preparation earlier, you start earlier. Other sources can be added as and when required. Are you getting overwhelmed by your current affairs preparation? There are too many sources around you. You have the newspaper, you have magazines, you have daily current affairs, you have monthly current affairs, you have annual documents, you have apps which are giving you pop-ups, you have quizzes. So much to be done just for this current affairs preparation. Now, what this does is it just creates so much confusion. So I'm here to solve this confusion for you. We're going to talk about which are the essential sources for current affairs and which could be additional sources which you can incorporate based on how much time you have. So let's start. Let's first talk about the common current affairs sources which we all know about. So you of course have the newspaper. I'll write down all the sources. In newspapers also there's so many different newspapers, right? That's another point. Then you have daily current affairs, then you have monthly current affairs, you also have a weekly current affairs, and then when the whole year is over, you have annual compilation like VisionIAS brings you PT 365, dedicated for prelims, then you have mains 365, dedicated for the mains exam. Along with this, there are so many government websites which will give you some new developments. You have the PIB, which will tell you what's happening. You have PRS, you have different kinds of apps, you have quizzes which are coming up. Now, what do I do about all this? So what you do is you simplify your sources. Whenever you have too much to do, you end up not doing anything, or you end up not doing anything well. So the goal here in this preparation is to do things well, and the only way that can be done is if you're very sorted when it comes to your sources. So we are going to create that clarity today, that out of all this, what is essential, what is critical. So one thing which is most essential, which is most critical, which I'm going to write on the next slide, is your newspaper. So newspaper is an inexcusable current affairs preparation source. Everybody is going to tell you that. Everybody who's cleared the exam will talk about how important the newspaper is. This is what helps you create your thought process. Now you have to read the newspaper. Let me make it a little systematic for you. You have to read one newspaper. Don't go for multiple newspapers. You're going to be putting in a lot more time into something which will not be useful. And you have to do this daily. You have to read it with an idea that it should make sense to you. You should start understanding the issues. You should stay connected to what is happening. We don't want you to go and memorize things from the newspaper or, learn everything from the newspaper. No, that's not the goal. The goal is you read the newspaper, you read your editorials, you familiarize yourself, you know what is needed, you know what is happening, you read different people's opinions, and that is what is going to get you thinking. You need to know this to build your thought process. So this is an exercise which you will do irrespective of what stage of preparation you are. You are going to be reading the newspaper every day. You cannot miss out on this. Any other source which you read, any other video which you watch, that is an interpretation of somebody else. You need to develop your own interpretation. That's happening through the newspaper. The second thing, so I've read the newspaper, I understand everything now. Now, how do I learn these things? How do I prepare myself to write in the exam? For that, you will need some note format thing which is being prepared for you for the purpose of the UPSC exam dedicatedly. And I think out of all these sources, the monthly magazine works well. Why I'm specifically pointing to the monthly magazine here is because monthly magazine does not have the limitation of the daily current affairs, because daily current affairs will know about the news of one day. Monthly current affairs can drag an issue, can discuss an issue over a broader period, like the whole month's development, it can compile and systematically give that to you. So you need one such note format. So you will have to pick up a monthly current affairs magazine. This will cover all the things. This will cover things subject wise. It will help you understand topics better. And it will give you that ready-made content which you can use in the exam. So you have to read again one monthly current affairs magazine. It's sufficient. It'll have so much content. Once you start learning, you'll feel that, you know, learning this is going to be a task. So every month, I would suggest at least 1 year before prelims, you should be your starting point. If you're starting your preparation earlier, you start earlier. But at least 1 year before prelims. Whenever you wish to write the prelims exam, 1 year before that, you start religiously preparing your current affairs magazine. You prepare them with understanding, you prepare them with a complete conceptual idea, and this is where you learn. It will give you content directly which you can use in the exam. Like, what are the advantages of a particular technology? What are the challenges which are going to come in the way of executing a particular technology? So there are ready-made points. It gives you how you can write those. This will be very befitting to the demand of the exam. So both of these things, they work very well. You get the newspaper for that holistic idea, the interconnections which you need with different subjects, the difference of opinions which you need, and you have the magazine to give you that ready-made content which you learn, which you prepare, and which will give you the complete understanding. Along with this, if you have the time and if you think it's needed in any other portion, you can add any of these sources. Okay, there's no problem. I'm not against any of these sources, but one needs to understand that what is essential. Okay, this is essential. This you cannot avoid. This you have to do. You cannot prepare for this exam without this. So you have source number 1, newspaper. You start off with this. If it's taking some time to understand, maybe in the first month of your preparation, read only the newspaper. Then you can start with the magazine. It'll give you a little bit of a head start. Again, if you have that kind of time, depending on when you are starting. And then, of course, you add the magazine. Other sources can be added as and when required. Be a little selective when it comes to other sources. Like maybe in the beginning, I don't know what to read in the newspaper. I can take help from a daily current affairs document, which will tell me that, okay, these are the big news of the day. Then I go back, read them from the newspaper. If I want to read about one specific topic, maybe I can prepare that from a weekly document. Like VisionIAS brings weekly focus, which is topic specific on just one topic. So you can use that. Mains 365, PT 365, these would be for revision. But that would need that you've prepared monthly current affairs throughout the year and now you just want to revise the prelim specific things or the main specific things. So these come later. You need to prepare a topic. Let's say you want to prepare about biotechnology. You look at the Department of Biotechnology's website. Again, specific to a particular topic, but not as a general rule in your preparation. It will be very overwhelming. Apps, again, they give you a lot of pop-ups. It can be very distracting to go online so frequently. So I would not really say that you keep them in routine. But when you're looking for a topic, of course, digital current affairs work very well, and quizzes. Once you have sufficiently prepared this, that's the stage where you add questions. You do quizzes. You test yourself, how much you have engrossed, how much you have learned. You give tests. In main tests also, you try and incorporate the current affairs content. You test yourself on the prelims also. But that will not really be a basic source. You need to first have a baseline preparation. So it's just 2. So out of the millions of sources available shouting at you from all around, I've shortlisted this to 2 sources. This you have to do regularly. You read the newspaper every day, the magazine also. The magazine is like 100 pages or so. You can divide it on a daily basis. That 5 pages, 10 pages I'll study every day. And if you keep doing this consistently and you keep a lot of scope for revision, you're going to be very started. You'll feel and you'll find yourself to be very comfortable in this area. So that's it from this idea of sources. I hope I've been able to help you. Thank you.